things on that to-do list never gets done. Okay? Hi, I am Tessa-Marie, and welcome to my YouTube channel where you will find the answers to life's true happiness and success. Subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when videos of this nature are released. In this short video, I'm going to talk with you and give you some tips on what to do with that eternal to-do list. You know, that list that you write every day, or you rewrite, or you make it weekly or monthly, and it goes on and on. Or maybe yours is not more than 3, but somehow you are not able to accomplish anything on that to-do list. Days go by, weeks go by, months go by, and the to-do list stays there. All sorts of things are done and you can't even remember them. But one thing you know for sure is that the things on that to-do list never gets done. Guess what? I am here to tell you, although I accomplished many things in my life, it took me a long time to come to the point where I realized the to-do list was never being done. It always was to do. I kept saying I had to do it. I'm going to do it, my to-do list. And that to-do list was like on anything, like, you know, on the envelope, on this, on that. And this to-do list could not get done. And I would cross it out. I'll do this next time, I'll time it, but I'm still not doing it. So I didn't know what to do. It was not satisfying. I love to accomplish things. I love taking actions. And then I realized, why aren't you doing this? And you know how you feel. And you actually, you love the feeling. I'm talking to me. And I'm saying, you know you love the feeling when you accomplish things that you desire to do. And you know, you guys know I love writing and reading and creating, and I would just put it off. But I have that feeling, a loving feeling, a really nice feeling when I did do it. So instead of just, being hard on myself, I decided, you know what? I'm going to find out what it is I can do to accomplish the things I want to accomplish on a daily basis. So I decided to meditate on it. And it's not the meditate of not that. Oh, maybe I could say I mused on it. I decided to do some musing, meditation, dissecting, going into it, observing it, questioning it, asking it questions. So I decided to do that. I went down to the lake. I live very close to the lake, and I sat on a rock, and I had a book with me, a notebook, and I just sat there and I said, okay, this is nonsense. I am a disciplined, conscientious, persistent, determined, focused, stick-to-itness person. But this thing called that to-do list, I am not doing anything with it. So I took a deep breath, listened to the waves coming in from the lake, sat on the stone, enjoyed the breeze and the sun on my face. And then I just sat there. I sat there and I started going backwards. My mind wasn't in the moment. I noticed I'm going backwards to all the times that I decided to work on my to-do list and I didn't do it. So I wasn't being compassionate to me. I wasn't excusing myself. I was not giving myself a break. I was crucifying myself by being hard on myself and feeling despondent and thinking, why? As if I was a failure because I couldn't accomplish this thing called a to-do list. And that just made me feel worse. So you know what I did? I had to get out of that. So I stood up from the rock and I walked into the water. I stood there in that cold lake water. Lake Ontario is cold. And I just said, I need an answer. It's almost like I was forcing the lake to give me an answer. I need to know what to do. And then a little tiny inspiration came and it said, stay in the moment. be in the moment. Take that to-do list with you into the moment. And that is what I did. And this is what I found out that I had to do. And I'm sharing it right now with you. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here. And you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day. So yes, here I am sharing it with you. So I turned back from the water and went back to the rock and picked up my notebook. I said, okay, I'm ready. I actually said those words, speak to me, thy your servant heareth. And when I said that, something said, why don't you change the name? So I wrote that down. Why don't you change the name of your to-do list to something else? And of course, you pause, because when you get these types of inspiration, there's nobody to ask, this is what I heard, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm hearing, this is what I wrote. There's no one. It's you and your thoughts. So I took another deep breath and changed the name from to-do list to something else. So since I didn't know what name to give this thing, I said, what would you call it? Out loud, what would you call it, the to-do list? What name would you give a to-do list? And then the minute I said that, my daily goals. I said, what? So it stopped being to do it became a daily goals. And when, at the moment it became a daily goal, it sounded different. It felt different. It's like an aha moment. I went, OMG. What? My daily goals. And I thought, you know what? I asked, I got an answer, I better follow this. So I said, okay, it is my daily goals. I'm going to change it. So right there and then in this book, and when I looked up, the sun was directly overhead. It was like 12 noon. And I'm at the lake by myself, not many people there on a weekday at the lake. I'm sitting there and I said, okay, my daily goals. This is what you're going to be baptized today. I looked up, I looked at my watch, it was 12:02. I wrote the date, the time, and I made a description of where I was that day, what the sun was doing to the waters on the lake, how it rippled and it looked like diamonds were all on top of the lake, and the birds and the swans and everything, and the wind blowing. I could feel the breeze. I described it for about 5 minutes, where I was when I got the inspiration to change what I knew and did and honored as a to-do list to my daily goals. So I wrote the daily goals heading. So there's the paragraph, date, time, my name, where I was, description of the weather, the sun, the breeze, the lake, the birds, and I wrote down my daily goals. Okay? So I said, well, what it is I have on that to-do list today that I should do when I get back home. So I wrote 3 things down. 3. And then all of a sudden, I got another inspiration. Hey, you need a break between doing this thing. Every time you do something, take a break. Take a 10-minute break. And so I said, a 10-minute break. That sounds, what would I do in a 10-minute break? So I'm asking these questions to nobody but to my inner self. Yeah, in a 10-minute break, do not use a device, do not do anything. Sit for 10 minutes with a glass of water or tea and just reflect on what you have accomplished from that my daily goals list. Another knock on the head, an aha moment. Wake up, woman. Here is your answer to your dilemma. I shivered, and it's hot and sunny. And I said, okay. I wrote that down. I got up, I said, thanks to the energy of the day, thanks to the inspiration. I'm grateful for those 2 huge inspiration I received here today. I got up, I bowed to the water, and I said, bye, see you soon. I walked up and I went home. And I went, and my first thing on my to-do list was to declutter my sewing machine table. It just bothered me. So I took that thing, I scratched out to-do list, I put my daily goals. I went, it took me 15 minutes. I timed myself to clear the sewing room table and the machine and all of that. And then I was for a moment looking for something to do. And then I realized, no, you need a break. You have to take a break and reflect on having done this, or reflect of what happened at the lake. I sat down and I reflected. Okay, and that was one of the most important things I did. I'll continue with you on the other things that I did. Just hold on, because I will tell you about it. So, I took that break. 10 minutes. I was fidgeting, but I'm a determined and disciplined human being. So I said, no, I'm going to follow those inspirations. I sat there for 10 minutes with this water and breathing and thinking and reflecting on the time at the lake. And then when the 10 minutes was over, I got up, I went back to my daily goals, and I saw that I needed to write. Now, my instructions to me, you must write 15 minutes at least a day, because it brings you such joy, it opens your mind, you have so much fun, you love the feeling you receive when you've written. So, pull the laptop off, get ready, open the page. What are you going to write about? And then I just started to write about the change from my to-do list to my daily goals. And I did that. I did it. And guess what? I wrote for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. It was ecstasy for me. And I loved it. So I said, okay, what next? There has to be a next. So I went back to my daily goals list, and he said, read. Make sure you read, like reading. I hadn't done that for a few, I was just, So I picked up my book that I was reading, which was, I think it was the, Think and Grow Rich. So I picked it up. I went to the pergola, I sat there with water, and then I went, oh no, you have to stop, you have to take a break. You just wrote for 30 minutes, break time. So I went and I took my 10-minute break, left the book there. No, that is on my, reading is on my list. So when the 10 minutes is easy to sit in the pergola and observe and listen to the birds and the bees and the chimes and everything and the wind through the trees and look at the squirrels and the rabbits and everything and the ducklings, it's just amazing. And then I decided, okay, so it's over. What now? Guess what? While I was doing this, I came to the point, when last did you pick up one of your gardening books on roses? What is good? Do that. So I went back inside, brought the Think and Grow Rich back to the house, picked up a variety of roses, and I started reading about roses, certain roses, how to care for them, what to do with them. Still reading, and I read, and I went through that, and I was there for an hour. I love the garden. So finally, I was done, and then 10-minute break. I took a 10-minute break. And this time, these were 3 things I hadn't been doing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make a list of what I desire to do tomorrow. So tomorrow was a full day. The next day was a full day of it. And what I noticed, I accomplished so much more because I changed the name from my to-do list to my daily goals. And then the caveat, the candy, the icing on the cake was taking a break between doing things. And I believe changing the name was 40%, taking the break equals 60%. And to this day, I work on my daily goals, and I make sure that I take a 10-minute break after doing something. Guess what? My goal today was to do this video so we can post it on YouTube. And when I'm done right now, guess what I'm going to do? I am going to take a 10-minute break and congratulate myself that I created a video today while sipping on a nice, beautiful cup of golden triangle tea. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to me. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye. If you like this video, just hang on. More videos of that type are coming your way. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers we have, the bigger the content and the guests will come. So have a marvelous and amazing day.